the end game of the fake vaccines that don't fulfill the criteria of a vaccine are to take out enormous numbers of people over the next few years with this synthetic genetic material that is self-replicating, so it impacts on the body more all the time. And to transform the genetics of the rest from what we have seen up to this point, the biological human, to a far more synthetic biological human, which is designed to be part of this massive operation that's unfolding called the smart grid, being being fronted up. That's all he's doing, really. By people like Elon Musk putting all these satellites up in low orbit to fire 5G and other cloud radiation at every inch of the Earth. Ultimately, that's why they're doing it. And the idea is that humans are connected to this cloud. So all these things like the jab and the AI agenda and the depopulation agenda too, they all connect. I mean, if you want to create a new human, you want rid of the old human. And this is why we're seeing sperm counts plummeting catastrophically around the world, not least in the West. I mean, when I was a kid, you know, the whole idea of fertility clinics and stuff,
right?
Never heard of them in the 50s and the 60s when I was growing up. But now it's an industry, it's a global industry, because the fertility is falling. And it's no accident that those doctors and scientists with a bit of backbone who've spoken out about these jabs and taken the consequences of it, some of them have said it's the one area that they're very concerned about is the impact of these jabs on fertility. So that kind of fits in with this whole agenda. And then you've got the other area, which is that this human 2.0, shall we say, the new human, is not meant ultimately to procreate. Right. It's supposed to be procreated technologically. And if you go back to Brave New World and Aldous Huxley, 1932, he's describing this, the end of parenthood, because the state will bring up children that are technologically procreated.
And that's the whole reason that they're trying to destroy the family, the ideology of the families.
Exactly. Not all humans are going to be able to make this transition from the human 1.0 to human 2.0. We're talking in this next stage that is planned, where AI will do your thinking. You won't even have the ability to think because it will be thinking for you. Up to this point, they've had to manipulate information, to manipulate perception. So the perception of the people leads to the behavior of the people that suits this whole agenda. They are going into a stage, if we allow them, that they won't even have to manipulate information because our perceptions will come direct. No manipulation necessary.
I'm under the impression that the governments of the world are competing with each other, and they all want control of the world.
The plan is for an end to countries. You see, what they're doing at the moment is destroying the United States very blatantly.
Very blatantly.
I mean, if you don't have borders, you don't have a country. And so they're seeking to destroy America very blatantly, but it's happening everywhere. And if you look at their plan over the years, it is to destroy countries. George Soros has a global organization called the Open Society Foundations. What it should be called, given the enormous amounts of money funds into these groups that are doing this, is the Open Borders Foundation. Because the idea is that there are no countries, because the plan is for a world body, a world government dictating to everybody on the planet, and therefore there would be administrative units, but they wouldn't be countries and nations as we know them now.
Right.
So this whole competition between nations is being phased out anyway for this world centrally controlled fascist state, which will centrally dictate and control this smart grid. So as I was saying, if you if you can control AI from a central point, and that AI is connected to the human brain, dictating human perception, you literally create a hive mind where people all think the same and all act the same. Forget borders and countries. They're for public consumption. There are no borders. This cult is as much in control of America as it's in control of China. You know, the Mao revolution in China was orchestrated by this cult for a specific reason, which is now playing out. And that is, they wanted a closed country that did not have to pay any lip service to democracy, freedom, or public opinion, which they could use to rapidly develop a system, not least through technology, of mass human control. And the idea was then, once that had been perfected and incubated, to play it out across the world.
You've taken the red pill, Neo. You've begun awakening to the Matrix. You've noticed that almost everyone around you is a non-player character under mind control. And many of them are so inured and hopelessly dependent on the system that they will fight to protect it. So, what now? There's only one thing you can do. Find others like you who are also awakening from the Matrix and learn from them. Make connections and get inspired by them to become the greatest version of yourself and rise up out of the Matrix. The path you have chosen is not easy. It will be the hardest thing you've ever done. But it's also your only hope. I have good news though, Neo. There is one place where others like you gravitate every year to hear from the leaders of the evolution. It's not in an underground city called Zion where we hide from the robots. Yet. It's in a place called the Secret Garden, in one of the most beautiful places on Earth, Acapulco, Mexico. Agents of the Matrix have tried to destroy this place. They attacked it with a surprise Category 5 weather weapon last year. And this year they hit it twice with the same surprise Category 3 energy weapon, leaving the entire city underwater. Yet, we are still here, and stronger than ever. Orgonite Weatherbuster defense systems have now been installed, and the spiritual warriors of this place keep the dark energy attacks at bay. And now, in February 2025, they will gather again. The Dollar Vigilante, Jeff Berwick, Max Egan of the Crow House, David Icke, who is banned from most countries on Earth, will be appearing live, virtually. Gareth Icke of Iconic, Stu Peters, creator of Occupied, the Grow Network's Marjorie Wildcraft, Joel Salatin, Dr. Andrew Kaufman, David Avocado Wolf, Charlie Robinson of Macroaggressions, Steve Falconer of Spacebusters, Baudrey Fraser of I Heal Collective, Andrew Treglia, director of the Jones Plantation, Beth Martins of the House of Free Will, Alpha Vedic's Mike Winner, Tom Barnett on Natural Law, Mystical Shaman, Christoph Melchizedek, Dr. Lydia and Arturo de Leon, Persephone Aishwarya, Destination Freedom's Christopher Gronsky, Shunyamurti of Sat Yoga with a virtual address, Ole Damagard of Light on Conspiracies with a special live virtual dissection of all the latest false flags and psyops, and many more. Bring the family. There is a family camp running the entire duration of the event, with mostly unschooled, unlethally injected, free-range children. If you need help breaking out of the matrix of your mind, ayahuasca and other plant medicines will be available at Bambuda. Special opening night music performances by Grant Presence and Carrillo B. It will all be held from February 17th to the 21st, with the opening party on February 16th. Special workshops, ceremonies, and retreats taking place before and after. It is time to ascend and dance as you rise up out of the matrix with your tribe. Anarchapulco 2025 Ascendance.
you.